emotions were running wild. I just didn't understand what was happening.
Adrian, don't move.
He was struck very hard.
It felt like there's a knife blade in me.
As a cyclist, it's your worst fear.
I was looking for something to challenge myself.
Something that's quite extreme, where you have to work towards. Ride 24 was a charity bike ride, cycling from Newcastle, 315 miles, down to London, and thought, wow, might as well try it. I remember going up this hill and actually reaching up to the brow of the hill, and I remember going down. Picked up some speed. I think it swept around.
There was no squeal of brakes. There was no other noise. It was just Adrian had been struck really quite heavily by a 4x4. I think Adrian flew a region of 15, 20 metres. I saw him land on the verge, face down. My first thoughts was that he was dead. He was motionless. Was he breathing, not breathing? It's a very confusing time. And then it's, what do I do now?
Call for help immediately and don't move the person unless their life depends on it. If their spine is broken, even the slightest of movement can make all the difference.
Ambulance service, is the patient breathing?
If they're not breathing, place your thumbs on their cheeks and your fingers under the jawbone and lift up. This will help to keep their airways open. If they don't start breathing immediately, start mouth to mouth and CPR. Don't stop until the paramedics arrive.
All I can remember is people actually shouting at me, saying, Adrian, Adrian, you've been in an accident. Do not move, don't move at all.
When Adrian first started speaking, it's kind of elation to some extent, but then it's also wrapped very quickly in fear. Because it's like, he's alive, but what kind of state is he in? You're immediately thinking about spinal injury, internal bleeding, just knowing that potentially him moving could open up an artery, which could kill him.
If the person is bleeding, you need to act fast. If they've severed an artery, they can bleed to death in minutes. Apply pressure around the wound. This will help stem the blood flow and allow the body to start forming blood clots.
He was like, I'm not on a cycle ride. What do you mean? I just want to get up. I just want to get up.
My legs weren't working properly. I was in a lot of pain, but I couldn't move at all. My emotions were running wild. I was shouting at people.
We were just trying to keep him calm, make sure that he didn't panic and cause himself any more injury, really.
It's vital that you don't let them move from the position they have landed in. If they're complaining about any numbness or tingling in their limbs, or they've lost control of their bladder or bowels, kneel down behind them and place both hands either side of their heads whilst trying to keep their ears free. Get rolled up blankets, jackets, anything you can, and use them to line their body and keep them in place.
I'm looking around. You've got people that are paraplegics, quadriplegics, people that look like they was in comas. And it was really, really scary. Like, everybody else is not moving. Why am I in this room when nobody else is moving? Is this going to be me? The driver of the vehicle that hit me was checking his radio, took his actual concentration off the road, and by the time he looked back up, he hit me. He told my family that there's a high possibility he's not going to walk ever again. My left leg didn't react to any sort of tests. I couldn't feel my hip and my lower back. I was worried about what could be the future of me.
The vertebrae in Adrian's spine have been broken and are pushing against his spinal cord. If the broken bones are to move and sever it, he'll lose the ability to walk. The spinal cord is responsible for most of your bodily functions and movements, and from the point it severs, you'll lose all control. If it breaks anywhere above the fourth vertebrae, you could lose the ability to breathe.
They decided to take me into surgery, a spinal fusion. That's where they manoeuvre my vertebrae back into place without damaging my spinal cord. After the surgery, I still had a lot of pain. I didn't know if I can definitely walk. It was the unknown. It was definitely scary. The whole journey home was on my back on a stretcher. I went straight upstairs in my bed and I pretty much cried. I was trying to learn how a toddler who tries to learn how to walk, how to sit up. I was at the lowest of the low. I suffer from PTSD type 1, of anxiety and depression. One night I saw on TV that someone's used art as a therapy. So I started to paint characters for my 2 boys. For that moment, for how long I was painting, I forgot about my injuries. I couldn't do the physical things with them, but I can actually do my art with them. My turning point for walking again was when my family were happy me going upstairs. And I was thinking, I can do this. The thing that kept me going were my children, my wife. Life is still going to be a challenge. I've got no feeling on my lower back and my groin area, but I've never let those sort of injuries hold me back. The speed that I was hit at, I should have been dead. The odds were against me.
My helmet cracked. If I didn't have a helmet on, my skull would have cracked.
With an injury like that, from my own personal experience, I know not to move them. If somebody had seen him trying to get up, you know, somebody might well have tried to help him get up because they think that's what he wants to do.
I thank everyone and anyone at the scene. They made sure I didn't move at all. It saved my life because my spine was kept intact.